Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. So you might have watched my unboxing. I did unbox a beautiful little Simpsons brush. I say little, it's actually quite chunky and solid. 27mm Best Badger, Chubby 2 and cream or faux ivory. I'm going to go with cream probably. I quite like the name of the Taj. I don't know why they don't just call it the Taj now. The Taj really works. Now, I'm just going to fill my sink up. I am going to be using, once again, the Tatara Masamune Nodachi for the 4th day in a row. Now, my skin actually looks and feels pretty good at the moment, even if I do say so myself in the mirror. I've still got a little bit of redness down here. I was very surprised after yesterday's shave that I wasn't filled with like lots of redness and soreness. I'm just going to open up the window a little bit, let a bit of fresh air in. Yeah, so it's given me great shaves. I thought it was too aggressive or too efficient, too much blade feel, but I'm getting lovely shaves from it and no real issues. So I'm going to stick with it for a bit and just see how it goes. There is a potential that this razor could be a daily shaver for me and many of you guys out there. Whether it will be as comfortable a daily shaver as the C-plate on the calf, I doubt it. It does feel during the shave a little bit too bladey, too much blade feel on there, but it shaves very well, it's very comfortable, it's very efficient. Right now, I'm just going to be a second, I'm just going to turn this camera off, replay it back and listen to the audio and I'll be straight back. Alright, so far so good. It sounds alright, it sounds like the microphone's working, it sounds like I've got it plugged in far enough this time. So hopefully I've just unplugged it, plugged it back in, hopefully for the whole shave I get some good audio at least. Right, so I'm going to start off, I'm just going to go through the shave in order of what I'm using. Exact same lather boosting pre-shave that I've been preferring over the last 4 shaves, and that is Williams mug soap. So it's just a dry puck. I've just wet my face and let's rub it all over. And as I've mentioned before in previous videos, I'll mention it again, it's got a very light scent, so it doesn't really affect any scents on your current or the soap or cream of your choice for the shave, but it does, I believe, assist in lather and slickness. Now what I find, if I wet my face and just get a bit of moisture on there and I rub the dry puck on, it eventually becomes quite sticky as the moisture's gone, and now it's pretty much bone dry. So it'll dry very quickly and I'm not having a messy hand, there's no real mess on there. The brush today is going to be, what is going on with this camera? Is that just my eyes? Hang on a minute, I'll be back in a second. Alright, 3rd time lucky. I think there may have been something on the lens. It was sort of really, didn't look right to me, so I think I fixed it if there was an issue. If there wasn't, then I fixed an issue that didn't exist. Right, the cream for today, once again because of this bloody broken arm, is Omega. Made in Italy, pretty much Parasso in a tube as far as I'm aware. I'll just bring the brush back up, I've just flicked it out. The brush today is the Brush Guy brush. No, it's not. What am I doing? It's not the Brush Guy brush. Come on man, fucking hell, get your act together. I'm using this lovely Simpsons brush today. It was meant to be the Brush Guy brush. Apologies to the Brush Guy brush lovers out there. Just going to flick out a lot of this excess. So the brush is this. The Chubby 2 in Best Badger from Simpsons. Handmade in the UK. I'm not sure where they get the knot hair from. Pretty much China, that's where most of it comes from. There's another loose little hair there. I think that was actually just a fibre, not a hair. But it's absolutely stunning. Pristine condition, pretty much brand new. Cracking trade. I traded my 316 for this Edwin Jagger razor, and this looks brand spanking new. I don't think it's got much use in it. Very, very dense knot, as you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop a bit of cream on top of the brush. Way more than I need, like so, and wow, how good does that feel? That feels incredible. I was not expecting this to feel this nice. Why did he trade this brush away? This is only the first few strokes with it as well. Now it's pretty much brand new as far as I'm aware. So I am expecting to lose some hairs, don't get me wrong, but hopefully I have a better experience with this than I did with my Morrison 400. Just going to dip the tips now. There's one here. It's very, very dense brush anyway, so I'm not too worried about losing a few hairs here and there. Now the scent on the Omega cream is pretty much identical to that of Proraso. Green, menthol and eucalyptus, that's about it. It's a very slick cream, it's very easy to work with. Just got to keep painting water in. You must have some lovely brushes in your den if you've got no problems getting rid of this thing. Wow. It does remind me of the Morrison 400 28mm that I had. It's got that real denseness to it. These tips are so soft. Now I started off with a pretty dry brush for this. As you can see, the lather, as I'm dipping it, you can just see it slowly making its way down to the base of the knot, which is good. It does take longer to lather with a bigger knot. So if you do get a 28, 30mm knot or whatever, spend a bit more time on your lather. If you like it voluminous, if you like a Paul H or a Spencer Frankel, Spence Shaves, if you like that sort of thing, then go for it. You'll get there pretty quick. I've went past the Paul H lather already. Now the menthol feel on this is beautiful. It is pretty cooling. Just going to dip it once more and then I'm going to spray the brush because I'll be here all day otherwise. I've obviously used far too much cream, I think. Maybe not, but we'll soon see when I spray it out. Right, I'm going to spray it now. I'm looking forward to the feel of this when I spray it. Oh yeah. It's got a lovely bit of scrub. My first ever real size Simpsons. And I'm very impressed with the wee Scot. So I was really excited to try one. I think he actually knew that I wanted to try one. I'm not sure whether he watches my channel. And he had this one up for sale. And obviously wasn't getting any bites. Wanted to give the 316 a go. And as a result, as far as I'm concerned, I've just won. If he loves that 316, brilliant. But I think I might have a winner of my favourite knot in the den. Holy shit. Yeah, this knot for me, just so far, just this knot, it's definitely a lather monster. And it feels nicer, from memory, than what my Morrison 400 did. This thing is literally like a big pillow. Look at it go. Right, I'm going to stick with that because I'll be here all day. I'm really enjoying this. Wow. Best badger. Who needs bloody Manchurian and silver tip when you've got something like this? Wow. Something I was a bit worried about was getting it all over the handle, but as you can see, it's about to go on the handle there, but everywhere else it's absolutely spotless. Wow. I feel a bit like Mark Williams with his wow. Really slick as well. That's a stunning lather. It really is. I could go and go and go with that. That'll take quite a bit of moisture. Right, the Tatara Masamune Nadachi, like that. Now that is the above the tie Calypso R1, or the Calypso handle, one of the styles. I'm not sure what style this one is. So obviously it's an aluminium handle, stainless steel Tatara Nadachi head, and I've got a brand spanking new Gillette Super Stainless, the spoiler, vintage blade, made in America, made in the United States. So here we go, let's see how this feels. So smooth. This light handle is giving me a much better feel for the blade. So smooth. I just pushed that flat on my skin there and it just sliced me straight away. Very sharp blades these, the vintage Gillettes. I can assure you that was user error, that was nothing to do with the blade or the razor. Oh yeah, that's smooth. I got myself twice there. Absolutely amazing. Such a good razor head, it really is. And I have to say, in that handle, it feels far superior. I actually popped a little post on Instagram, I don't know whether you follow me on Instagram, regarding a couple of different razor handles on the Nadachi head, and I just think they look better. I really do. I've actually got loads of soap left over there, which is good. I'm just going to dry my hands off real good here. Right, back to the brush. I wonder if I might just hit it with a little bit of alum, see if that helps. I know it kills my lather a little bit. Right, here we go, with the Simpsons 2-band Best Badger. It's a surprisingly comfortable brush to hold as well. It's very comfortable actually. Now aesthetically, they're not the most uniform looking knots, but really when it comes to brushes, yeah, they need to look nice I think, but it's all down to performance, and they don't perform much better than this. I'm really taken aback by how good this is and how good it feels. There's absolutely no scratch, just oodles of scrub. But it's comfortable, soft scrub. I can't believe I've waited this long to try a Simpsons brush. Holy crap. That's real thick lather as well. Right, the Masamune above the tie collaboration razor. Yeah, that lighter handle is giving much more appreciation for the blade feel. The heavier handle sort of tries to do too much of the work for you, I find. It's actually a very nice combination of weight. It's head heavy now, no doubt about it, but it works. Now I had to be very careful when I was putting it together, because in order to get these straight, the actual ends of the razor, you have to, so that's still focusing on me, there we go. You have to hold it perfectly and then screw the handle on, because obviously the Tatara Masamune handle fits inside the base plate. Wow. Gillette vintage blades. The bollocks. Whew. Yeah, that's annoying me, that. I'm not going to worry about it just now. I'll finish that off the end with some styptic. Right, back to this phenomenal brush. Here we go. Just going to dip the tips because it's a little bit dry. Now I'm spending way more time on this lather than I have to, but I'm really enjoying the brush, really enjoying it. Okay, left to right. I've got a couple of more weepers on my neck, I think, but it could be the fact that I'm shaving every day with a quite efficient razor. Maybe just my skin's just maybe having too much. Although with this blade, that's probably the nicest I've shaved with it. Is that a weeper there? No, it's just a red mark. Let's pick the brush up again. I mean, that is some dense lather. It really is. The brush is chockers. I could do a full head shave as well with the amount of lather left in there comfortably. Superb. You see a little spot of blood on there. What a shave. Wow. Wow. It's amazing what a good brush does for you. Your excitement factors. I've never, and to be fair, using a faux ivory brush, which has never really appealed to me ever before. Oh yeah, that's hot water. Very, very slick. It takes a bit of time to get it off your skin, that's for sure. I don't know why I'm drying my full face off, because I am going to wet it again. And then Allen block the whole lot. Yeah, there's feedback there, definitely. There always is. But nothing major. I can taste it already. Fuck, it tastes like shit. Right. Now, there's a chance that the Allen block has healed everything up. So while it's all drying off and sorting itself out, I'm just going to rinse this amazing brush out. Look at the amount of lather left in that. I'm so impressed with it. I really am. I may have to go on a little bit of a Simpsons spree of usage and actually smash this out for a few. And we're back, I think. Hopefully it's come back on again. Has it? Yeah. So I'm just still rinsing the brush out. My phone just rang there. It may ring again, so I might get another interruption, I don't know. God, it holds so much water. Yeah, I mean, one thing I like about it is because the lather doesn't seem to get to the very base of the knot, so it's quite easy to rinse out. So I'm just going to just lightly towel it on the towel. I mean, normally I would be pretty rough with this as part of my sort of break-in process, but to be honest, this brush is absolutely beautiful to use already. If it gets better than this, it'll be absolutely phenomenal. That's good. There's no hairs coming out when I'm doing this, which is a big Brucey bonus. I think one of my wife's hairs caught in my face again. Actually, there's still some soap in there. Sorry about this. I'm just going to give it another bit of a rinse. Still a bit of soap in the base of the knot. I don't like to leave any soap, especially with natural hair brushes. And there's no funk on this brush either. So either it comes like that, or the gentleman that I traded with did a good job of it in terms of breaking it in. Now I have to be honest and say I did read a lot of reviews on this brush, of which a lot of people have said, oh look, it's a great brush but it's been shedding a lot and I've lost a lot of hairs. And knowing my luck I'll end up there, but as you can see that has gone pretty uniform again and it still looks sensational. And it smells like Omega, it smells like Parasso cream, Parasso green. Well, what a shave, what a cracking shave. My skin's a bit dry, I have to say, so as is customary at the moment, I'm going to go with Bluebeard Revenge post shave moisturiser. Because it smells incredible and it seems to work quite well. Now bear in mind, I do these in 4K now, these videos. It's not required, but I just like doing it in the high resolution. And when I watch it back on YouTube, it looks phenomenal in 4K. I don't, but the actual quality does. Now, in 4K, I can assure you in 4K, it still looks like I haven't had a shave, but in person, looking in the mirror as I would be looking at someone else, it looks spot on. The 4K just picks up everything. But that is a sensational 4th day in a row shave with the Tatara Masamune Nadachi. And really, the handle looks better, it feels better, it just works better with that handle, it really does. And that blade combo is spot on. Right, so what do we use? Started off today with Williams mug soap. On its own, that's what it looks like, just a chunky little bit of hard soap. I think it's triple milled. It's rock hard, really, really hard. It's got literally no scent, very light, sort of soapy, citronella type scent, but it's very slick. And when you mix it with something else, especially a cream like this, where this cream is slick on its own. I'm just going to try and put the lid back on the cream. The cream was Omega, Eucalyptus, I think what's it got on there? Allolio de Eucalyptus, and I think it might say, I'm not sure whether it says on there, a menthol on the back. Mentholated eucalyptus, nice clean, refreshing scent. Pretty much identical to Parasso green, probably the same stuff actually if I'm honest. And it's very slick, very protective, very dense lather. I normally use it on head shaves. I haven't used it for a while, I may use it next. For head shaves, it's absolutely brilliant. And I find creams to be quite slick, just in general. The brush for today, wow. I know I keep saying it, but I'm really, really impressed and happy with this. I'm blown away, absolutely blown away. You really do get what you pay for sometimes. Obviously I did a trade for this and I think in terms of money wise, this is way more expensive than the 316. So in terms of that, I actually won I think, but as long as he's happy with his razor, I'm over the moon, and I'm pretty sure he's got some phenomenal brushes in his den if he was happy just to trade that off. I'm really, really impressed with it. Now, one downside to Simpsons, the Simpson label there is actually a sticker. It looks brilliant, it's great, but I think they do have a tendency to wear away or peel off and things, but you can buy them separately on their own. They're very, very cheap from the Simpsons website. I don't even know whether they're free or not if you've got a brush, I don't know, but certainly a beautiful made brush. Oh, very dense, it smells great now. The Tatara Masamune Nadachi head on the above the tie Calypso handle, and I have to say that feels, looks and shaves better than it does with the actual Tatara handle that comes with this. I just think that looks, I know it's black and silver, but that handle looks so much nicer on that head. And I think if Tatara can move away a bit with the handles, or at least create handles specifically for their base plate and move in towards something a little bit more vintage yet modern, something that just looks better for your majority of traditional wet shavers, because at the end of the day we're a small bunch to begin with. You've got to try and give everyone something they want. Sticking to what they're doing, I know they're sticking to a plan of Japanese style, Japanese looks, Japanese names, Japanese everything. But you've still got to cater to the majority. The majority, in my opinion, aren't interested in that handle, and I think it really lets the razor down. I think the head is superbly made. It shaves smoothly and greatly. I just think they've missed the point of where they're trying to sell it and what market they're actually aiming for, which is my market, the traditional wet shaving market. I've reviewed a lot of products, a lot of razors, a lot of brushes, a lot of soaps, a lot of creams, a lot of post-shave, pre-shave, intra-shave, you name it, it's been on this channel generally. This razor head is one of the best I've ever used. It's up there with the carve, they're pretty much in a level playing field, but that handle really lets it down. So if they can get something done with the handle, I will be messaging them, I'm going to give them my feedback on it. If they can do something and bring something out that's a little bit more mainstream for us guys looking for the more modern look or the more vintage look rather than the unique look, I think they'll be on a massive winner in the wet shaving market. I really do, because that shaves better than everything else and on the same level as the carve. No holes barred. It's better than the 6S or the 6C that I had, but it's better than the 6C, and it's definitely up there, if not slightly better than the C plate on the carve. It is what it is. I'm just glad I've got it in the den and I've got a little bit of choice now, something to give me a headache when I pick up a razor. And other than that, we finished off today with some Bluebeard's Revenge, post-shave balm, and prior to that a little piece of Razor Rock alum, and that was a sensational shave that I really enjoyed. Every single stroke and brush stroke and everything. I mean, my skin looks and feels amazing. Really happy. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. Hopefully the mic's worked, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.